Giannis is the best thing to happen in the history of Wisconsin sports. Mm-hmm or mm-mm.
I thought about this on my drive home from our friends at Quick Trip today. Yes.
Present that topic to Bill today.
I did ask some of my, my dad sometimes brings me into his group chat with his buddies who are in their 60s. And so I wanted to get also like their, takes of guys who were around for, like they talked about like, Lou Alcindor going to Milwaukee was a huge deal, Kareem. Names that we could have come up with, like, certainly Brett Favre. I don't know. Who are the top contenders, or is this Giannis in a landslide?
Well, I think Favre would be another one. They both they have won one championship apiece, and I think both are crazy important to the state and to the franchise, because Favre winning that title ended this multi-decade run of really crummy Packer football, and it kind of put them back on the map. So I think that was massive. But then Favre goes on to go to the Vikings, and I guess Giannis could still do that. But to me, his continued commitment to Milwaukee is kind of the antithesis of what Favre represented towards the end. So I won't know how Giannis's career plays out, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to go to the Celtics just to spite the Bucks one day.
Yeah.
I'm fairly confident. So I mean, Favre would be the only other one.
Another name that came up was Bud Selig, because if he's the singular reason that the Brewers are still here, I'm just telling you other names that were floated out there. But I mean, like, I don't know if he was joking, but Barry Alvarez's name came up.
What?
I don't know if it was a joke. I took it as like, what? No, you can't be serious.
People who have Wisconsin football as their number one are psychotic.
Like would Tim Shea like, yeah, Alvarez, of course.
It is wild. And it's not that I don't respect it. It's just I have such a hard time lining my brain up to come up with some of the takes that come out of those people. Like
the Badgers are like, what else is on? Oh, there's a Seinfeld rerun. I like this show. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
The Badgers are not like, I like them, but they're not to be your number one.
Yeah.
I think Badger basketball has risen above Badger football for me, which is insane.
Yuck.
It makes for better radio fodder, though. That's the thing. Like, the Badgers football occupies the same space as Packers football and the end of Brewer season, and they've been in the playoffs the last couple of years. So when you get into December and January and February, it's more Badger basketball. There's less. I don't know.
So certainly for Milwaukee, yes, for Giannis.
For Milwaukee, yeah.
I put him above any Brewer thing that's ever occurred.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think, like, he is not only all his accolades, I don't need to refresh everybody, but he's making other people, like, there are people throughout the state that are more paying attention to the Bucks than they ever have because of Giannis. Like, you can't have Giannis play in your state and not follow the Bucks. And then he's getting people to Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
And he's getting, there's this Milwaukee versus Wisconsin thing. There's always that backdrop, but he's getting the Deer District, any improvement, whatever. Giannis and his commitment to continue to stay. And you can dig up old tweets from 8 years ago that says, I want to be a Buck forever. And there's loyalty in my DNA, Deer logo. And I would always say, Giannis, don't be doing that. It's nice now, but we're going to use that against you when you leave. And then he just continues to stay and stay and stay, and said, no, I'll sign it next year. And then a week later signs the contract. So he's committed. One of the things I said yesterday to start the show and on CBS was he always says the Bucks need to show that they're a winner. And I think the Bucks feel that about Giannis. Like the Bucks saying that to the Bucks is not, the Bucks aren't like, oh shit, Giannis. That's their goal. That's been their goal with new ownership. That's been their goal with John Horst. They all have the same goal. It's just Giannis says it, and it makes the Bucks look like adversaries when they're not. Like they're exactly in the same frame of mind. So while that continues, he was always going to continue to stay. I think you can use some Packer comparisons. Obviously, like the Packers are the Packers, and they've won a lot, and they're it's different. People in that bar in Findlay, Wisconsin, still are saying Giannis's name wrong, and they don't know how. They still. But there's nothing. We've never had anything like Giannis. Somebody who has come here. It's like if AJ Dillon was good.
Like if AJ Dillon was the best player in the NFL.
Yeah, and he was like, fucking Door County's the greatest fucking place on earth.
Like if AJ Dillon was a top 15 all-time NFL player.
You'd be like, holy shit, this guy just loves all of our shit. Yeah. This guy, but Giannis is that guy. Giannis can go, to Greece and hang out. He can go do commercials. He can go to games. He can go to anywhere. But at the end of the day, he's going to the same Costco's that we are.
The end of the day.
At the end of the day, he's going to the same swim academies.
Yep.
A story I have buried into the ground.
It's a good story. Well. It's a great story.
It is a good story.
And it's relevant. Who's the other name I just was thinking of?
Probably the late Paul Ladd, who passed away, I wanted to mention. World Series team. Grant, did you have a thought?
On Paul Ladd?
Oh, Bart Starr. Bart Starr would be a name that I think could be under consideration for
It took you that long to get Starr? I thought you were.
No, there was just a name on the tip of my tongue. Sorry. I try to block out any Barts.
Starr was paired with Lombardi and a lot of other great, which I think matters. That's not to take away from Bart Starr, but Giannis is an era of Wisconsin sports in and of himself, which I think.
Do we do like the Mount Rushmore of the most important figures in Wisconsin sports history?
No, but I still think that the Bucks need to get more. They need to get more appreciation for winning that championship, because you look at the last 10 years, 13 years. There's been, ever since the Packers won the Super Bowl, it's just been comically finding ways our sports teams to lose. Even when we did pretend to care about the Wisconsin Badgers team for a couple of years.
That's a bad take. We all love March Madness. If you pretended you didn't have to work that hard, that was a really fun team. You go a little.
Yeah, but that was right after Seattle, so we were using a little bit of.
Fine. That's fine. We can have multiple good teams at once. We're not children.
That was an emotional hedge. That was a rebound.
We had a team from Madison playing in the national championship against Coach K. They beat Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I agree, and I don't care about college basketball, and I agree.
Sam Decker needs to stop tweeting.
So again, is this another guy that you see yourself in, like Kurt Benkert, that you're like, you're like, that's what I would have said, so you shouldn't say it, Sam.
No, Sam got duped by.
I did see him get duped. I saw the.
Who did he get duped by? Fake Mike McDaniel.
Fake Mike McDaniel. Yeah. Someone else just did too. Like, yeah. He wasn't the only one that I saw.
Yeah, guys, Mike McDaniel's going to go on Twitter
and post
after a game and post videos of every clip he got fucking robbed.
Oh, I thought that was him. I didn't tweet about it. I also didn't look that wasn't actually Mike McDaniel.
No.
Oh, then a lot of people got duped by it, or a lot of people shared it like with the assumption like, though this isn't the real one, but look at this thread. I thought that was him. But
Mike McDaniel verified. So then you look at the account and it says, I am not Mike McDaniel. This is a parody.
Parody.
Or is that something that Mike McDaniel would do?